was. All right, clap it up, keep it going.
Yeah.
Next guy, he's a doctor. He's a doctor. The doctor in the house. Is that doctor in the house? I don't know. DocOpp. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. All right.
Oh, he's all banged out on Prime, by the way. Right here, look at that.
How you doing? Hey, I'm DocOpp. It is short for Oppenheimer. So I've all hoped you see my movie by now. But I actually am a real doctor. I'm not a nuclear physicist. In fact, I'm a retired surgeon. Cool thing about being a surgeon is I've seen a lot of crazy shit in my career. Now that I'm retired, I can talk about it. But I want to put a little disclaimer in here. I recently had an audition for a comedy gig, and I was told that I need to be more vulnerable. And I looked at that and I say, fuck that, I'm a surgeon. If you want vulnerable, go see a primary care comedian. But I have had a life-changing event recently. It sort of changed my attitude a little bit. 8 weeks ago, I became a grandfather.
Yeah.
I got a gorgeous little granddaughter. She's beautiful. And coming to be a grandfather comes with a lot of responsibilities. So I just happened to be rocking her, just like, just sort of naturally. I just started singing a lullaby, just out of my head for some reason. Rock-a-bye, baby, on the treetop, blah, blah, blah. When the wind blows, the cradle will drop. When the bow breaks, the cradle will fall. Down will come baby, cradle and I. I said, what sick fuck wrote this? My little granddaughter's gonna fall down and have intracranial hemorrhage and die. I mean, this is really some sick shit. Then I started thinking about other ones like Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill went up the hill. Jack fell down, had a skull fracture. We don't know what the fuck happened to Jill. Probably broke her neck. She probably pushed Jack down because he was an asshole. What about Humpty Dumpty? Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty fell down and shattered all his vertebrae. This is what we're telling these little babies. The worst one of them all is 3 blind mice. 3 blind mice? You've got a psycho pair of farmers who get their rocks off by watching little blind mice run around. They get bored, they cut their tails off, watch them bleed to death. That's some sick shit. No wonder our kids grow up all fucked up. But speaking of growing up fucked up, what about guys who put light bulbs up their ass? It's not a bright idea. But, that was my joke. But it's very satisfying as a surgeon when I take it out and it still works. That's also where they got the idea for the original blacklight. I saw a guy down in the emergency room with abdominal pain. So I said, what's the problem? He says, Doc, I think I got food poisoning. So okay. I go over to examine him. As I get closer, you hear this buzzing noise, like zzzz. I go, where the hell's that coming from? And then I notice his belly's quivering a little. I said, you sure it's food poisoning? He says, well, Doc, maybe I sat on something. I said, maybe you sat on something? So I sent him for an x-ray. Sure enough, he's got an object, looks just like this microphone, right in his belly. Yeah, he sat on a dildo. Any of you guys do that? Hey, I had to take him to surgery to take it out. I open him up, I take it out, it's still vibrating. Yeah, there's a commercial for the Energizer battery. It's also a good commercial for the dildo company. Takes a licking, keeps on ticking. But these things happen to women too. I saw a woman once for vaginal bleeding. I asked her, is there anything unusual going on? She says, well, I think something's stuck down there. So I have to go examine her. Now, when you go to examine a woman down there, it's like exploring a cave. You have to have a headlight. You have to have a good mask because there could be fumes down there. And you have a little speculum to see inside. So I put my little speculum in, and as I put it in, out pops a little glass tube about this big. Now, I'm no expert at this, but it was a crack pipe. Yeah, she took the word crack too literally. Either some guy really laid his pipe down in her. Speaking of pipes, it's the penis that guys in trouble a lot.
Yes.
I go down to the emergency room one night for a guy with a penile injury. So I asked him what the problem was. He says, Doc, I stuck my dick in a vacuum cleaner. Why would you do that? Any guys do that? Trying to think, So I was thinking, it makes sense. The vacuum's got that long aluminum tube and it's got the strong suction. Maybe it's like in a blow job or a suck job or something. So I said, well, what's the injury? So he has to show me. He pulls down his pants, got a little towel wrapped around his dick. He takes it off, and the tip of his dick looked like shredded beef. Ah! Yeah, it turns out the vacuum was a shark. But turns out he didn't put it in that end. You know when you flip the vacuum over, it's got the little rotating blade that gets at the dirt? He stuck it in that end. Yeah, his friend said it felt good. Well, friends like that, who needs enemies? Anyway, I took him to surgery, I fixed him up, I said, next time, use a dustbuster. Anyhow, besides the penis, the prostate causes a lot of problems too. You know, the prostate's a very important gland in a man because it controls your urination and your ejaculation. Problem is, you get older, the prostate gets bigger. The bigger the prostate gets, the more you gotta pee. It happened to me, I was peeing every 1 to 2 hours a night. So one of the treatments for this is Cialis, which is a drug for ED, that's erectile dysfunction, right? So yeah, it helps. It cuts down your peeing, but then you feel like you had to come all the time. And now that I'm getting older, when I have sex, half the time I can't tell if I'm coming or going. But really, actually, it was so bad. Actually, I had surgery 8 weeks ago on my prostate. Real surgery. I won't go into details. Basically, they get in there, ream it out. But they don't tell you everything. They put a catheter overnight. I woke up in the morning with an erection, with a catheter in there. Oh. I'm telling you, it's hard to take a good man down. But they took the catheter out, everything was okay, but one of the risks with the surgery is actually RE, retrograde ejaculation. That's when you come, it goes inside instead of outside. No! Yeah, it's my wife's dream come true. We're talking about ED. I hear that Elon Musk and Bill Gates are getting together to form a new company to form ED meds. They're calling it Elongate. Speaking of ED meds, you know, you've heard of Viagra, right? Well, the commercial for Viagra says, if you have an erection that lasts more than 4 hours, you should seek urgent medical attention. You know, where if you're a healthy guy and you have an erection for 4 hours, you are going to see a professional who only takes cash. A lot of it. But getting older, things change. Having sex changes. So when you're young and you have sex, you pretty much do it everywhere. You do it in the living room, the dining room, the kitchen, swimming, whatever, right? But when you get a little older, it's pretty much just in the bedroom. But when you get really old, you have to learn a whole new sexual technique. It's called the hallway fuck. You pass each other in the hallway and you say, fuck you. And I think my time's up, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Good job. Lots of stuff to think about there, Doc. You know?